Hello everyone and welcome back to Wired Dax Crime. Today we are going to look at the missing case of 25-year-old Arelie Yeraldine Garcia Sanchez. Arelie was born on July the 22nd, 1997, in Salinas, California. She's described as a Hispanic female, 5'5", with brown hair and brown eyes. She wears contact lenses, has a cleft chin, and a dermal piercing on her chest. Arelie has always been said to be a creature of habit, with a daily routine that has always included early morning gym sessions, regular Starbucks stops, and frequent check-ins with her family. She has always enjoyed fitness, music, beach days, and anything pink or rose gold. Concerts, road trips, and social outings are some of the things she also loves. Yet she remains grounded in her responsibilities and personal goals. Arelie is the youngest of 7 siblings and part of a tight-knit and loving family. Known affectionately as Addie, and especially close to her older sisters, she has always shared strong bonds with them, especially her sisters Veronica and Elisette, who describe her as kind-hearted, dependable, and deeply loved. They have always loved hanging out together as a family, being very much part of each other's daily lives, and in constant contact through text messages and social media every day. Though her parents eventually split up, the relationship Arelie maintained with them and her siblings always remained strong. From a young age, Arelie has always stood out for her warmth, determination, and ambition. She has a genuine passion for cars, so it's no surprise that after finishing high school, Arelie enrolled in the Automotive Mechanics Technology course, and she attended the training program at the Center for Employment Training. She later took on a role as a service advisor at My Chevrolet in Salinas, where she quickly became known as the cheerful heart of the team, always smiling, always uplifting those around her. In a male-dominated field, Arelie not only held her own, but earned the respect of her fellow mechanics. It turns out that her love for cars went beyond her job. She proudly drove a customized 2013 Honda Accord, lowered with an air suspension system. And this was a vehicle she maintained meticulously and showcased at local car meets as part of the Mizu Fresh Car Club. Alongside her full-time role at the dealership, she was also studying at community college to become an ultrasound technician, indicating further her clear sense of drive and long-term planning. In an interview with Nancy Grace in 2023, her sister Elisette stated that, unbeknownst to the family, Arelie had apparently just recently started seeing a guy by the name of Marcelo. All they knew about him was that he lived in Napa, which, for those of you who don't know, is over 2 hours away. However, because the relationship was still in its early stages, she kept it private, not wanting to share too much until she felt more certain, because she didn't want her close-knit family to jump to conclusions too soon. Law enforcement is said to have interviewed Marcelo, who was ruled out as a suspect, along with over 60 other people connected to the case. Returning to Arelie's love of cars, one of her biggest interests was sourcing and checking out second-hand cars for sale. She was reportedly involved in the car reselling market. And it is thought that she may have been relatively well known in the area for it. Many believe this could have made her a target for someone looking to lure her under false pretenses, taking advantage of her trust vulnerability. So let's now go to the day of her disappearance. On the morning of Thursday, the 22nd of September 2022, she can be seen on camera leaving home alone. And there are easily accessible videos online of her leaving home that you can look up and check out. The timestamp shows 5:34 a.m. though the accuracy of this timestamp has been questioned. There have been many documented cases of errors with surveillance video times. Other sources indicate that she was last seen leaving an hour later at 6:30 a.m. Originally, it was thought she was heading to work, but Arelie was dressed in exercise clothes, which then led to the assumption that she may have been heading to the gym. However, it later emerged that she had told her sister she was going to meet someone about a car that morning. This led to a new line of thought. Given the nature of such meetups, often brief and with unknown sellers, it's possible she used a burner phone to maintain privacy and avoid unwanted follow-up contact. A temporary number would have allowed her to control who could reach her. It's even speculated that a burner phone was taken and later disposed of. If Arelie was indeed involved in the used car scene, and if she was somewhat known locally, it is possible that someone orchestrated a fake car sale to catch her attention. This has led to the possibility that this was not a chance encounter, but a premeditated situation. Someone may have contacted her about a car they knew would interest her, using it to lure her to a specific place. What we know is that Arelie has always been a creature of habit. She's known to be a big fan of Starbucks. According to her family, she often picked up her beloved iced matcha latte or a strawberry acai refresher from one of 2 local Starbucks. And this has led me to wonder whether she could have agreed to meet someone in the car park of the Main Street shopping centre, which is where one of her two preferred Starbucks is situated. Or could it have gone further than that still? What if she encountered foul play involving someone by chance, say from out of town? What if there had been events taking place in the area around that day, drawing non-locals into Salinas? So I looked into it. I found that amongst others, there had been a public event that had taken place the day before her disappearance. That is on Wednesday, September the 21st, which may have meant out-of-town attendees were still around. The event wrapped up in the afternoon, which makes it plausible that some guests chose to stay overnight, with plans to leave early the next morning to avoid traffic. By complete coincidence, this very Starbucks happens to be directly across the street from the Community Human Services off Main Clinic, where the yearly event took place the day before. As part of National Recovery Month, the open house is free and open to the public. There is no RSVP required, which strongly suggests that anyone could attend without needing to show any identification. Visitors were encouraged to tour both the clinic and its outpatient treatment center, and to learn about local mental health and substance abuse programs. So, whilst the event was aimed at supporting people on the path to recovery and improving their lives, I can't help but wonder whether it may also have attracted some with entirely different intentions. Rather than a premeditated act, this may have been an opportunistic situation that someone exploited. Returning to the Starbucks in question, located just across the road on the Main Street shopping centre. This branch is known for opening very early, making it a convenient stop for commuters and travellers alike. Just a 2-minute drive or a 5-minute walk from the clinic. Its location raises questions. Could Arelie have crossed paths with someone she mistook for the person she was meant to meet? Or was it someone posing as an interested car seller? Perhaps they came across as especially warm, friendly, and relaxed, putting her at ease before inviting her into their car for a test drive. If an out-of-town individual or individuals were involved, they likely had access to another vehicle, providing both opportunity and means to remove Arelie from the area quickly. That possibility also raises the question: could more than one person have been involved? And the police later obtained video footage from one of the shops along Big Sur, very likely pointing toward the only road her car could have been travelling on before it was found. Her vehicle was located at marker 56, just after the Little Sur River Bridge on Highway 1. The area is flanked by cliffs and ocean on one side and dense forest on the other. The location where the car was found is not on a cliff or steep hill, and it's widely believed that if Arelie had been in the immediate area, her body would have already been found, especially considering the extensive searches that followed. Although the car was captured on camera, the windows were to see who was behind the wheel. But in my opinion, there is no reason to believe it was her driving a car that far out of town. This is because there are two key details about her vehicle that stand out after it was discovered. First, the driver's seat was pushed much further back than Arelie would have had it, suggesting that someone significantly taller or larger had been driving. Secondly, Arelie's car had an adjustable suspension system, which she routinely lowered completely when parking, a term commonly used in car culture, referred to as slamming it to the ground. When the car was found, it hadn't been lowered, which was out of character. The car was pulled forward in the parking spot rather than backed in, further indicating she likely wasn't the one who parked it. The engine was off. The keys were in the ignition, and all her belongings, including her purse and private items, were left inside. And the car appeared to have been deliberately abandoned at the turnoff, not parked as if she intended to return. So it looks like someone staged the car scene to mislead both her family and investigators, diverting attention away from her actual destination, possibly closer to home in Salinas. This misdirection could have bought the perpetrators time and reduced immediate scrutiny in the area where the incident really occurred. An important part of the investigation concerns the route the car took from her mother's apartment in Salinas to where it was found near Big Sur. This stretch includes many businesses such as liquor stores, strip centers and malls, all equipped with security cameras and license plate readers at traffic lights and intersections. Given this, it's puzzling that no license plate readers or business cameras have definitely recorded a car travelling that route. Raises questions about whether all available footage and data have been thoroughly reviewed or even made public. A vehicle matching Arelie's was reportedly seen near the Carmel Highlands General Store. This is about 40 minutes from her apartment on a main thoroughfare, suggesting her car was travelling on known roads where surveillance coverage is high. Adding another forensic dimension, Arelie's 2013 Honda Accord was equipped with a navigation system. Honda Accords have had navigation systems for many years, with more reliable models beginning around 2011 to 2012. These systems can function like a vehicle black box, recording detailed information about routes taken, speed, stops, acceleration, even operations like window controls. Such data could be crucial in reconstructing her movements. However, as of now, no such forensic data from her car's navigation system has been released or confirmed as part of the investigation. Authorities conducted an intensive search of the area. Deputies used infrared drones to scan 4 miles in each direction, along with helicopters, planes, and dog teams, including both search and rescue and cadaver dogs. They scoured every beach, trail, cove, and turn-off, but they found no signs of disturbance, no footprints, no broken branches, no food wrappers, nothing. This strongly indicated that Arelie was not in the area where her car was found. And the complete absence of a body has led many to suspect foul play. Perhaps she was run off the road or voluntarily pulled over It's even been considered that someone may have impersonated a police officer and told her to exit her vehicle. The nature of the scene and the deliberate way the car was left strongly suggests that someone else drove and abandoned the vehicle. Moreover, the possibility that more than one person was involved should not be overlooked. Despite the existence of numerous surveillance cameras and license plate readers along the route between Salinas and Big Sur, no clear footage of Arelie's vehicle has been made available or identified, leaving a crucial gap in the timeline. Identifying Arelie's true intended destination that morning is absolutely critical. The place she was actually heading to is likely where the key evidence would be, where surveillance footage should have been reviewed more carefully. If someone planned a disappearance, it's very possible they also planned their own escape, arranging a pickup or using a second vehicle. This further supports the theory of premeditation and the involvement of more than one person. Arelie Garcia's disappearance remains unsolved. Her family have created an official site to help raise awareness and to collect information. Please check it out at areliegarcia.com. There is also an Instagram account you can follow. The handle is Arelie Garcia _2022. And there is a GoFundMe page you can support at Help Us Find Arelie Garcia. I will add these to the description box. If you know anything about Arelie's disappearance, please contact the Salinas Police Department. Thank you